Hello everybody, it is Andrea from Energy Healing by Andrea. So I've had a lot of messages lately asking me about booking sessions, what I do, what do they entail, how long are they, and all that jazz. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna come on here and tell you guys because it is easier than trying to type it out. It's kind of confusing to some people. Obviously, if you don't do what I do, you're gonna be confused when I'm typing certain things. So I thought, why not come on here and tell you guys what I do, how I do it, and all that jazz. So if somebody contacts me and they ask me for a session, I say, okay, can I get your permission to work on you? And the reason I do that is because you cannot work on people's energy without their permission. So when I get their permission, I first balance them. I check your energy vitality. You're supposed to be at 100%. I kind of see where you're at. And no matter how much you work on yourself, you're not going to be at 100%. So I just make sure before we do the session, you're there. So I balance your chakras, your meridians, other energy areas, endocrine systems, all of the things, making sure that you're at 100%. I check for any sort of negative attachments or things that might be holding your energy further back than it should be, and I release those. Then we book the session, and we can do that in person or we can do it over video chat. Most of my clients are actually video chats because I do them all over the world, so it's just easier for everybody to do it that way. So I do it on Instagram because you get like the split screen and I like it that way, but I can also do it on WhatsApp and Zoom and other areas as well. So we get started. I then check the energy vitality again because sometimes it's a week between when I do it initially and when we book the session, and I do any sort of balancing that is needed at that time. At this point, I ask my guides to tell me what is in your highest good and best interest to release. This is what is affecting your mind and body the most. So I have like a whole binder, a number of pages. I've been filling it in for years, adding different situations, experiences, traumas, and just general emotions to this list. I use a pendulum, it guides me to the page, and it picks the thing that needs to be released for you. And the reason that I do it this way is because if I asked you what you wanted to be released, you would say, I have anxiety, I feel depressed, I feel angry, I feel really sad. Those are your body's reactions to the actual problem. We need to get to the root. If we don't get to the root, it is not going to go away. So that's why I do it the way that I do it. I then go in and I release it from a number of areas like beliefs, emotional reactions, responses, episodes, traumas, damage, manipulation, trauma bonding. I go into complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I go into contracts, karma, relationships of any kind, generational trauma, and so on. There are so many areas that I go into, and I release it out of all of these things for every single thing that pops up. And while we're doing it, you might not actually feel that much, but I'm going to be feeling what your body feels as you are going through those particular situations. And so I can feel exactly where it's sitting, the thoughts you're having during the age groups, every reaction to the mind and body that you feel when you're experiencing this, I feel it. And I will tell you, and I will talk the whole entire time letting you know what my body and mind are doing. That is just very validating for the clients because when you go to the doctor and you say that you're feeling things, they either tell you you're making it up or they try to like put medication at you, and when you're trying to figure it out, you want to know that you're not going crazy. And so when I'm telling you exactly how I'm feeling, it is very validating for the clients on the other end. So we do that, and then we can also work on specific things. So I always say, before you tell me anything, we're doing what they are saying first, because that is the most important. I might even do the first two. Then if you have specific situations, specific traumas and experiences, relationships, things that you want to work on, of course, we will work on that as well. But I want to make sure we get the thing that is taking up the most space. Now, the way that it works is that whenever we are born, we have emotions within us that lay dormant inside of us. These are inherited things, prenatal things, things from past life, all of this stuff is in there. So you are born a beautiful little baby, but you have all of these little things laying dormant, and when experiences happen in your life, it pops out, and then we have our reactions and the way we respond to things. And the more that it happens, the bigger the reaction, the bigger the response. So by the time you're like my age, like in your 40s, and you're responding to something, it's like you have like 1,000 of you going like, react like this, respond like this, get mad, get sad, that, like, and all of that. That's why sometimes we're like, why did I react like that? Why was I so crazy? But it was because of all of this, the past trauma, big or small, that has added on to this situation that has made you react that way. And that's why I always say a lot of people are seeing life through filters. They're either putting rose-colored glasses on because they don't want to see certain things. They're putting the dark-colored glasses on because they're living through their trauma. And so we need to make sure that we're getting it out of everywhere. And as you experience all of these little traumas throughout your life that are adding up to this big reaction and response, your body is holding it in a bunch of different areas that are then also adding to bigger areas, bigger things, causes of illness, discomfort, disease, and imbalance. So we want to make sure that we are getting everything out of every area of your body. That is going to help your body start to change the way that it functions. And you guys might be like, that's not possible. Yes, it is. I'm telling you right now. I'm doing it for years. My body is working completely differently than it did before. I take absolutely no medication. And I have, like, my body just works differently. Healthier. My mind is healthier and stronger. I used to kind of see life through like a foggy zombie type, just getting through the day. And now I like have this clarity and focus and this appreciation, and I can just see life through this amazing filter instead of just like existing. And so with what I do, I release all of the trauma from your mind and body, which then helps you see life in a completely different way. You feel lighter, you feel better, you feel stronger, you feel more focused and clear. And it's overall, I feel like just, I don't want to say fun, but I kind of do feel like it's fun because I go into your current life, I go into all the age groups, I tell you how you're feeling throughout them. You get to kind of remember back when things happened, situations, and even if they're not good things that you would want to really focus on, by having it out there and you're like, oh my God, that is why this happened. This is why I'm like this. I get it now. And you are beginning to be able to actually put like the reasons behind certain actions, certain behaviors, decisions, and all of that. So I kind of think that clients do think that's fun because they're like, oh, it's like light bulb going off all over the place. And they're like, I finally get it. I get why I'm like this. I get why I make these decisions. And then they start to change how they make the decisions, what they do, and all of that stuff. So anyways, that's what I do. And if you want to message me for a session, you can. They are about, I say an hour, but I'm chatty, so they're over an hour, and we get as much done as we possibly can, whatever is safest for you. I'm always asking my guides what I can release, and then we do other things. We can sever energy cords at the very end. I'm always adding in positive, beautiful energy and all of that jazz, and it just helps you just see life differently. So that's what I do. So anyways, you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you guys tomorrow when I pull my cards and do my positive affirmations. But yeah, have a great one. Bye-bye.